Hey everyone, I'm so excited to share Silvi with you today. I'm Djimo, the founder of Silvi, and I'll be spending just about 5 minutes or so talking about it. So Silvi's mission is to help as many people plant as many trees as possible. Globally, there's a trillion tree target, and it is one of the most effective nature-based carbon capture solutions that we know of today, not to mention the tremendous amounts of benefits in biodiversity credits, water stability, air credits, etc. So Silvi is obviously supported by a lot of tailwinds, as is ReFi as a whole, particularly with exponential ESG growth, and in particular those carbon credits that I just mentioned, especially the nature-based ones. So we're approaching the tree asset class from a life cycle perspective. We are thinking about trees as tree futures. We're looking to tokenize all the smart contracts in place to release tree budgets over species and location specific schedules. So while this life cycle is general, it really comes down to various methodologies and protocols that are species dependent and location dependent. Right now we're working on quite a few of those across our partners. But to think around the tokenomics a little bit in more detail, basically what that means is that our token will commit trees and might also be supported by complementary asset classes like land. But effectively, the tree budgets are released as MRV is collected. We don't necessarily anticipate to be providing all the MRV, and we in fact think that DMRV really will come together with composability across multiple climate projects. So we're excited to reach out and to begin those conversations as well with other players in the space. So our approach specifically with our native governance token is to have a one-to-one tree to token pair issuance, meaning that the total number of circulating Silvi tokens would reflect the total number of tree commits, but this isn't necessarily too important. What matters really is the interface we've been developing. We've built an app. John Ellison likes the analogy of Pokemon Go for tree planting. We're incorporating plant to earn and verify to earn a model behind it. But basically, it really leverages social media mechanics with principles and frameworks of citizen science, which is my background with environmental science education specifically. So we trialed this in South Florida earlier this year, or end of last year and beginning of this year, starting with high school, supported by subject matter experts and nursery sites, and ultimately leading up to a reforestation, urban reforestation. So the goal here is that within a single year, students are involved with what usually takes 2 to 4 years, meaning this year they are planting next year's saplings, but they're verifying last year's planted trees, and they're also actively maturing saplings, and in that stage doing all the MRV pre-planting. I should mention that because my background is in education and I have just learned an ed tech startup serving about 40,000 students, education is kind of our go-to-market. It's also an unexpected opportunity, really, with how popular botany and seed germination is inside the classroom. We anticipate that school systems, homes and schools can really play a huge role in global reforestation. But we are really gearing up for non-educational rollouts as well. We are working closely with city, county, school systems, and other government bodies in piloting urban implementations as well as rural. In this case, is more on the urban side. We're involved with from seed collection to seed to propagations. We're playing around with tags. We're experimenting with distribution mechanisms, QR codes, sort of informal sapling maturity. But in this case, we partnered with a Girl Scout troop to deliver about 270 saplings to 30 households in a neighborhood in clusters of 9. And really, we're looking to test this small to medium scale distributed approach, participatory approach to tree stewardship. But really a big project we're working on is in Africa. We're wrapping up phase 1. We've onboarded 11 schools currently, and we're installing 10 to 15,000 sapling capacity nurseries in these schools. And Kenya is also responsible for close to a dozen of the unique tree methodologies that we're working on. And we're really excited to finally start launching more publicly. Next month, we will be partnering with Fireflies Forest, a retreat, an event in Tennessee. I encourage you to check it out. If you're in the US, maybe you can even attend. It's really awesome. But Silvi will be launching into closed beta for the first time and rolling out the app. And every attendee will be planting a tree, and we'll be eventually bringing these trees on chain and validating our performance-based tree stewardship model. So with that, thank you so much. Connect with me or with Silvi DAO on Twitter, and I'm eager to collaborate with other MRV projects out there. Thanks, guys.